friends, long time no makeup video. Hello, how are you doing? It's been a minute, but I'm back and I'm so excited because it is basically fall. I mean, it's absolutely not fall yet, but August is over, which means it's fall in my brain. So I am so excited for fall makeup looks, fall fashion, fall accessories, fall decor. It's freaking bats. I love Halloween. I'm so excited to finally get to do some more vampy, dark makeup looks. I love berry lips, I love reds, browns, smoky eyes, all that fun stuff. And of course, Halloween makeup. That is the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time. Genuinely, Halloween makeup literally just brings me so much joy. It's so much fun, it's so creative. Things I've never done before, and I love trying to figure it out, experimenting, and coming up with new things, new techniques, and all that stuff. So definitely follow my makeup Instagram. That is where I put all of those makeup looks if I don't film them. But I will film some this year if you want me to. So let me know in the comments if you want me to make Halloween tutorials for different characters from TV, movies, our childhood, whatever. Let me know, give me ideas, put it in the comments. Love to read those, love to get your input, some inspiration, and my juices flowing. I don't even know who to start with or what look to start with. All I know is I have the liquid latex and a lot of fake blood sitting right over there, and I can't wait to use it. So in today's video, we are going to be just chit-chatting, getting ready, putting some makeup on. I have a lot of new products that I've either been using for a long time and I know how I feel, or some that I just got in the mail that I haven't tried yet and we're going to test them out today, or a few products that I've been using and I just don't know exactly how I feel quite yet. So if you want to chit-chat, get ready with me, throw on some fallish makeup, then just keep on watching. I have exciting news. I have finally changed my base routine. I have literally just been throwing whatever I can on my face as my foundation, as my primer. I just really didn't give a crap, and I hadn't found a foundation that I loved enough to drop money on it and then keep repurchasing it, keep using it. There was no foundation or primer really that I was just in love with, that I was like, yes, go get that and wear it. There just wasn't one. But I finally bit the bullet and bought the NARS, what is this? Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I was looking for a primer that wasn't the Professional, but kind of did the same thing, but also wasn't as mattifying as the Professional. And I found the No Problem Primer by Touch in Soul. These two have been my go-to, and literally my face makeup looks so good. And also my skin is clearing up, so that might have a lot to do with the fact, but I just love the way my face looks when I use these products, especially in conjunction. And I can throw these two on in a matter of seconds, whether it's a brush or a beauty blender, and it just looks good every single time. And I'm like, wow, where has this been all my life? Because I like my makeup more times than not, which is not usually the case. So with this primer, it's definitely not as, I guess, pore filling as the Professional, but I kind of dig that because I have dry skin and I kind of felt like the Professional was just a little too matte for me. This one has a little more slick to it. It's almost more oily, if that makes any sense. And it kind of doesn't feel like it's filling in your pores unless you work it in for a little bit. So I kind of just keep on rubbing it until I feel it basically thickening up and filling in my pores. So for the foundation, like I said, this is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am in the shade Punjab, but it's a little too dark for me. I just wasn't sure what my shade was, and it's real tough when you try to do it online and that doesn't work. So then you go into the store and then the lighting at the Sephora sucks and no one's very helpful and no one actually knows anything about makeup. So you're kind of just left in the dark alone, and you're swatching and they're like, can I help you? And you're like, no, you can't, because you don't know anything about makeup. So I just picked this one. This is what I thought was the best, but it's a little too dark. It's fine. I'm gonna get through it and then I'm gonna get the right shade. So I'm gonna use just the Morphe foundation brush, and I know I'm using a brush, but this foundation goes on so effortlessly that you can put it on with a trash bag and it still looks really good. Trust me. Okay, sorry that this has been the brightest video you've seen since Nam. I think I fixed it, but now it's probably too dark. So it's kind of hard because I don't have any contacts in and I can't see a thing. It's fine. This is the foundation on, and literally it looks exactly like the description. It looks natural and it looks radiant. It still looks like skin, but it's got like a glow to it. My like complexion is evened out. I literally love it, and it lasts a really long time. I guess if you have pretty normal skin, dry-ish skin, and probably slightly oily, I feel like this could work for a lot of people, especially if you just use the right primers for your skin, set it where you need it set, like oil blotting or oil controlled powders where you have oily spots, things like that. But for me, with dry skin, I kind of just like let it chill on the majority of my face without any powder. And yeah, now I'm just going in with concealer and using my trusty dusties Tarte Shape Tape, and I use light medium first and then light neutral to brighten up my under eyes. Okay, so I went ahead and set my under eyes, but I haven't put powder anywhere else on my face. Also went ahead and did my eyebrows because nothing new has changed there. Still using the same old brow powder that's actually for your roots, but hey, it works, so I use it. It is literally the prettiest highlight I've ever used, and it's technically drugstore. It's from Target. I had seen everybody like raving about it, so I finally got it, and it's amazing. I had just gotten a Becca one right before I found this one, and this one is 50 times better than that one. This is the Pixie by Petra brand, sold at Target, and this is their Glowy Gossamer Duo, and I have the Subtle Sunrise Duo, and then there's one other one. I think this one is the more golden warm tone, so you get two. This one is pink and this one's gold, so I kind of just mix the two together, and it literally looks like wet. I've never seen a highlight so like blinding by like just using one sweep. It's incredible. So I like to put my highlight on before I put any of the other makeup on my face, so I've only done my foundation and then the powder, and then I leave this area unpowdered so that the highlight has something to grab onto, and it looks a lot more like skin and more melted into my face. Okay, so is that not the most beautiful highlight in the world? Yeah, literally it's so good. I haven't even touched any of the other ones that I have since I bought this because it's so good. For blush, I think I'm going to try this new thing that was sent to me in the mail. This is a brand I've never heard before. It's called Seraphine Botanicals, and it's like vegan, cruelty-free, all those things free makeup. I can't remember like how they found me or why I have it, but they sent me like some of their new and like all their best sellers, I guess. I don't know. But this is a cream lip and cheek stain in the shade Fig Flesh, which is the grossest name I've ever heard, but this is a really pretty color. This, if I like it, this would be a good color for fall because it's like reddish and I don't know, maroon, berry kind of shade, but it also freaks me out because it's a cream and I've already set some on my face, but we're gonna try it. So I just totally forgot to tell you what I was doing. I put it on my hand just because I don't want to go in with the applicator because it might create polka dots that you can't blend out. So I'm gonna put some on my fingers and just dab like this on my face. That's really pretty. I probably should have put it on before I put any of the powder or the highlight on, but it's fine. It worked out and it was easy to blend out, and I just used my fingers. You could use your beauty blender like straight on your damp foundation too, if that's how you want to apply it. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the NARS Laguna bronzer, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, she got a new bronzer. Yes, I finally got something other than, I don't even know what I have been using, but I hardly ever switched up anything. So I literally just went out and bought new of everything because I was tired of all my old stuff. So I like this okay. I don't know if it's like the best color for me, but everybody talks about it and acts like it's amazing. So I got it. I just feel like the color is probably, it's a little off for my face, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so that's pretty much it for the face makeup. Sometimes I go back in with more highlight just because I'm a little bit crazy, but for now I think it looks okay. And so we're gonna move on to the eyes, and I have a brand new palette that I'm very excited to use. I could just pick it up. Got it. This is the Rose All Day palette by Karity, and this is the first palette I've ever had by them, and I swatched a few of them, and I've used these two mattes for like really fast everyday makeup, but I haven't really tried using this palette like to make it look good, so I'm excited to use this guy. But I did notice that there's not a ton of like super dark shades, so you won't be able to maybe make your look as dark as you maybe wanted. So for that, I'm gonna also use the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, the original one, just to maybe deepen this up and add more of a maroon to the pink, just so that it doesn't get too like purpley, and I can make it a little more red by adding maroon colors from the Jaclyn palette. The shimmers in this are really pretty, but they don't work dry very well, and I had a hard time getting this one to show up with a brush also, so I think they might work best damp and like packed on with your fingers, or like a really stiff packing brush that's also not too thick. So we'll just see what we come up with, but definitely gonna do some fallish colors. Okay, so I already have concealer and my powder on my eyelids because I don't believe in eye primer. And I'm gonna start with the shade Bottle Up from the Roseallday palette, and this is like a dusty pinkish kind of color. It's not exactly the color I would typically start with, but it's really pretty. And I'm just using the basic blending brush by Morphe that came in the Eye Slave palette, Nope collection. And I need new eye brushes and I don't know where to start. So somebody let me know your favorite, especially for blending. Do you see the highlight? Dead. And then I'm going to take the Morphe M533, the big old fluffy brush that helps really diffuse all your lines, and just run it all over everything. Up next, I'm going to take the shade, what? Drunchies? I feel really weird saying that. I have no idea what that means. But I'm going to use this in basically the same place we just put it, the other color on the same brush. And then going in with the bigger brush and blending it out again. Now I'm going to take this purple burgundy magenta. I don't know what this is. And I also have zero idea what the name is. Like, I literally can't read it. That's what I'm using next on the Mikasa E320 brush. It's dirty. Make sure you use a dirty brush. And I'm going to pack this in the same place basically, but I'm going to keep it a little bit lower than where we just were. And I'm going to drag it over to the crease a little bit more, up in this area right here. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Salud, which is a, oh, it's right here, sorry, like a dusty purple kind of shade. I don't know. I really don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going to use the Sigma Pencil E30 brush and really pack this on my outer V and see what happens. And then it's probably not going to be as dark as I want, and then from here we might jump to the Morphe Jaclyn palette to deepen this up. We're going to leave that and we're going to use the Morphe palette. It literally looks like a disaster. It's fine. So I'm going to use this red brown to really deepen up everything that's happening. And this is the old version of the palette, so it doesn't have the names on it. So I can't help you there. Okay, now I'm going to take this super orangish red from the palette because, like I thought it would happen, the whole look is looking very purple. So I'm going to make it more red. And also, the eyeshadows, when you blend on top of the karity ones, they're like disappearing. So that's awesome. And now I'm going to go back with the dark brown. Alright, so I have literally been blending this out for an eternity, and there's just weirdness happening over here where I added the Morphe shadows on top of the Karity shadows. So I don't know what's going on, but it looks fine, but the majority of it is the Morphe palette. So I'm not sure how I feel about this palette just because it's not as pigmented as I expected, and it doesn't blend out very well. These bright pinks, like, they might do a good job, but I'm not using those today. So we'll just have to see. I'll have to keep using it. But in order to save this look, I think we're gonna have to cut the crease, which is the only thing I know how to do, but it's fine. So I'm gonna use the Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush and more of the Shape Tape and just carve out our lid space. Okay, I think I'm going to put down the shade Brute from the Roseallday palette and see how it goes. And then I also have a loose pigment that I want to try, so we might just do both. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, it literally looks like a liquid eyeshadow or like a foiled eyeshadow. That one's real pretty. And that was this one again. Okay, so that gold shade in the palette, the darkest one, is by far my favorite of the shimmery ones. Like I said, I've used this one before and I just could not get it to show up as good as this one. And these ones are good for like inner corner highlights, but I don't know about all over the lid. And then I have not tried this one or this one. That one could be real pretty. So I think I'm going to add just another color because why not? I got this pigment in the mail from the Seraphine Botanicals line, and this is the Crystal and Chrome Pigmented Crystalline Particles in the shade Garnet. So it is like this pinky cranberry shimmery color. So this has potential to make the entire look pink. So we're gonna try not to do that, and I'm just gonna add like a touch of this somewhere on the lid. So I'm gonna use the same Sigma flat brush and dampen it with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and then grab, oh, it's very pink. So we're gonna be careful. And we're just gonna pop this somewhere. Perhaps like in the middle where they kind of meet. Okay, that looks really pretty, and it kind of is like a duochrome. So if you look at it in one light, it looks pink, and then if you kind of tilt your head the other way, it looks gold. So it's actually real cool. I'll have to see what it looks like more by itself. And then for the lower lash line, I don't really do something that crazy like always. I just kind of take all the colors we use on the top lid and mimic that on the bottom, but with literally no rhyme or reason. I kind of just throw it all under there. So I'm actually just gonna skip all of the Karity ones that we use just for the sake of it was pointless. So I'm gonna just use the dark brown from the Jaclyn palette and a little bit of this Burgundy as well, and just run this along the bottom lashes real quick. And then the eyeshadow is all done. For liner, I'm going to use the Kismet Cosmetics Black Liquid Liner. This is one of my favorite liquid liners and brands. I really like their liquid lipsticks, which is what we're going to use in a second. But I'm going to just put my liner on really fast, and I don't know if I'm going to do a wing. I probably will. I can't tell if this look needs one. Okay, so my camera died, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my eyes. So I ended up doing a wing with the Kismet Cosmetics liquid eyeliner. It's so easy to use and it's very affordable. Really love it. And then I popped on eyelashes because apparently I do that now. And these are the Ardell Double Demi Wispies. The only reason I have those is because I bought them for our engagement photos and we never took them. Or else I would not be wearing eyelashes. But they do add a lot to the look. And these are, oh, it's fine. These are super fluffy for like drugstore. And they're very piecey, and from the sides they have like multiple layers to them, so they don't just look like one fake thing laying on top of your eyelash. So if I do wear eyelashes but I don't want them to look cheapy, those are the ones that I get, and you can get them literally everywhere. So that is pretty much the eyes, except for I do want to add a color to the inner corner just as a highlight, and I'm going to use the shade Clink from the Roseallday palette and just pop that in the inner corner. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I think I'm going to add a little more blush just because we have a lot going on the eyes, and the cheek stain or whatever, it was pretty, but it's more for like a natural makeup look. So I'm just going to add a powder one on top of it, and it's the same like hue basically. This is Becca Nightingale, and this is my favorite blush for fall and winter just because it's more of a berry and not a coral. And for lips, I'm going to be using the Kismet Cosmetics Matte Liquid Suede in the shade Hottie Scotty. It's a burgundy, and I think it's completely matte. I'm not sure, I have not used this one before. They're the baby pink that I wear in every single Instagram photo and in most of my videos is by them, and that's called Honeymoon, and that is my favorite. So they sent me all the other ones, and so I've never used this one before, but it's a really pretty color. It might have shimmer in it, I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. And their liquid suedes are the best liquid lipstick formula I've ever used. Oh no, I think it's matte. Actually, I can't tell. Doesn't even feel like you're putting anything on, and then it stays all day long. Okay, so this color's really pretty, but it's just a little bit purple, just for this eye makeup look, but I do love the color. I just don't know if it's quite the right one for this makeup look. So I'm gonna add one of their other ones in like a reddish color and see if we can make this more burgundy and less purple. Alright, this one is in the shade Ragin Rouge. So I'm just gonna put this on and kind of mesh the two together. Alright girlfriend, so this is the completed look, and just to reiterate, I mixed these two shades, Hottie Scotty and Raging Rouge, to make like a more of a burgundy, because this one was like a straight purple and this was straight red, so mixed it, made this color, just because the tones weren't quite matching the tones in the eyeshadow. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Verdict on the Karity palette, I don't know how I feel yet. I'm gonna have to keep using it. Let me know your experience with it, and like how you use the metallics and all that kind of stuff, because I'm curious, because there's a lot of hype about this on the internet, so I'm trying to figure out what it's for, because I'm not quite seeing it. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!